I hope everybody out there is having a good day, except you, Taco Bell. F you. I don't know what you're doing, taking the Mexican pizza off the menu. That's a weird move by you. I want to let know right now. I've severed all ties to Taco Bell after they have decided to take the Mexican pizza off the menu. How do you feel about that, Kat? Are you a Mexican pizza eater?
You know, I've actually never had the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, so I can't deny that. But what the hell were they thinking about taking the fiery tacos away? I miss those,
so
man.
They took that off too?
That's been off for like a year now. So I am disappointed in Taco Bell as well.
I just had to address the elephant in the room.
Thank you. Okay.
What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
What are you doing? I'm doing the show. You got a mask on? Why do you have a mask on?
I'm protecting my most valuable asset.
Would be
me.
You?
Yeah.
Well, nobody here has corona.
Okay.
Nobody in here. Cat's free. I'm free. Jeremiah's free. Tobosh is free too.
Well, I just seen an Uber commercial that said no mask, no ride.
Well, we're not in Uber.
Kind of kin to no glove, no love.
I thought we were all. I thought we were in this. I thought we were all in this together, like the commercial says.
No, y'all are.
I thought we were in this together. The commercial. That's what the commercial says.
My mother said I came into this world alone.
No, that's not. We're all in this COVID battle together, sir.
Nah, y'all are.
Wow, you just disown us like that. Well, how are the people at home supposed to see? How are the ladies at home supposed to see your face?
Look, if I'm dead, will it matter?
Oh man. Welcome in our number one of bFb. Hold on before you go there, Kat, real quick. Welcome in our number one of bFb, where of course I am the advocate for the union. Sitting to the right of me, Kat, go ahead and cue that up real quick because this is an honor right here.
Please get this over with.
Even though he has a mask on, and the ladies probably won't get to see his face tonight.
They don't want to.
Yes, they do. The Facebook timeline has been buzzing all day about you coming in studio tonight. We have the international lover of women. The sexual healer.
Definitely not.
Even though he's got something weird going on with his hair right now. He's LLQJ. The ladies love him. He's excitable. All they rap and rave about this guy. All the time.
I didn't even recognize him.
I know.
And he was like taking a picture of me.
Right, because his hair looks ridiculous, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. But all they rave about this guy all the time, Ken. Every time I talk about him, they rap and rave about him. I mean, he's the best. Everybody tells they love him so much. But excuse me, I have to cut your introduction short, man, because this is the reason we are here tonight. It is not possible without this man here. It's been a couple weeks.
The real man of the house.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, and we got him here in studio. Ladies, get over there, and gentlemen, because of Me Too movement, I must say it. At Tobosh10 on Twitter, and he's got a
twins.
And well,
I haven't had that yet.
Well, do you want to speak on that one?
That would be fun. Back to you.
Anything else you want to add to that one? Oh, he's the highlight of the night. Now, here's another guy who everybody rave and rave about. They love him over there at AT&T Stadium. Everybody. And Arlington, period. They love him over there.
Just Arlington.
Yeah, Arlington. The Tarrant County. Shout out. At Tobosh10, ladies. You want to get over there and follow it. This is a good follow right here. How the hell are you doing today, man?
Ooh, boy. Nah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm hanging out.
I'm trying to figure out what this guy's got going on with his mask right now.
The mask?
Yeah.
Oh. What up, Jim Carrey? What's good?
What's up, man? What's up?
I'm hanging out,
What
man.
are you doing?
Look, I'm looking out for y'all.
You looking out for us.
It's because you've been at those restaurants?
No, it has nothing to do with it.
So the funny thing is this. Well, hold on. Let me say this. He's my best friend, right?
Yes.
Haven't seen him. Haven't been to his house and everything. But he's been all over the colony, restaurants. You see him about. But I'm just wondering why he's got a mask on, like we're the contractors in here.
He been safe so that if anybody 60 years older or older comes in, then
Ooh, you missed it before. You missed the show before. We had 2 Cougars in here, and boy, they was on fire.
say
They was on fire. Man, they was on fire. Trey had it hopping in here a few minutes ago. You missed that. Man, we got some fun stuff, Landis. Your team's on right now. Yeah, this guy, I'm sitting in between 2 Clippers fans right now. You a Kawhi guy,
I'm
and he's
Kawhi
a Paul
guy.
George guy.
Kawhi's my guy.
He's a Paul George guy.
Yeah, I'm like regular season P.
You don't like playoff P?
playoff
Oh man, what's that about?
So, like, what's the score right now?
49-40.
Good guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Who would be considered the good guys? You guys?
LAC, the Clippers. All right. So, with that being said, kudos to the Dallas Mavericks. You know, at least entertaining us, at least winning 2 games, at least showing us, you know, like
So dismissive.
Wow.
the future
Wow.
of
Yeah, I was
Dallas
proud.
Maverick
I was proud
basketball.
of him.
That's pretty cool. We also got to see what Porzingis is.
What's that?
He's a baller. I don't know.
He's a baller, but we got to watch out because of injuries. We got to see, of course, Rick. Rick did this thing.
Oh, there's a certain guy who comes in the studio. He tells me all the time, Rick is the best. They love him. That he takes something and turn it into nothing with his roster, Quincy.
Kudos to the owner
Yeah.
for not even like being a part of that.
Yeah, he wasn't even at the bubble. I was shocked. I was really shocked he wasn't at the bubble.
They need to address a couple of spots, a couple of situations. The Mavericks need a goon.
Well, I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to talk to you about that.
Seth Curry needs to play more. Tim Hardaway Jr. needs to shoot less. Dwight Powell needs to get healthy. So does my guy from Villanova, Jalen Brunson. He needs to get healthy. JJ needs to play more.
Oh no, that's over with.
Okay, so
Did you see that?
maybe
JJ says that.
he's done.
Yeah, he says that he would like to continue to play basketball, but he doesn't think it's going to happen here. So
Okay, cool. Go overseas. Play. Do that whole thing. Thank you for your service. But I mean,
no, he was in the military.
the Western Conference is loaded again.
Yeah.
And it's just like when Dirk was playing. And so I appreciate the Western Conference for reloading and keeping us entertained. From the Rockets to the Nuggets to the Jazz to OKC, to the Lakers to the Clippers,
You said the Jazz, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
From
Spider-Man.
and even Portland.
Portland.
So 1-8, the Western Conference is loaded again.
Plus
And
they had there was some teams like really vying for it. Down there at the end.
playing at the campus was entertaining, and so I hope that the NBA quickly reloads and not give us 6 months of dead air, but like hurry up and reload so we can play again in maybe December or even January. Give me a restart in December, maybe Christmas night or maybe Christmas Day. Restart it then. Get these dudes at least 2.5.
That's why I say it's too quick. It's too quick for that.
Yeah, 3 months to recharge and then get right back at it, resume it.
Yeah.
But maybe not the bubble. Trust it what Major League Baseball is doing, or even hockey with 2 sites.
Well, did you know baseball's going to a bubble when the playoffs start, right? And I don't know.
I think here, right?
Yeah, we got the World Series.
We got the World Series.
Are we going in that?
Can't get in that.
We can get in that.
No, we can't.
Did you
can.
Did you hear the news?
Uh-uh.
You didn't hear the news yesterday? We are now officially not in the red anymore. We are orange on the risk level now.
So we're orange.
Yeah, we're orange.
Orange.
So that means Q. That means that we're not. It's not a threat. It's not easily contracted.
Orange.
As they think anymore. So we can go places, we can do things. But I've said this in here before. I think that AT&T will set the precedence for how things go. If they go a month at AT&T Stadium with no positive tests, the floodgates will open back here in Dallas and Texas, period. That's my honest opinion.
I don't think it's directly like the correlation is going to be AT&T Stadium. It's just going
That's what we. That's
it's
what
going
all
to be
this
the
was.
public at large.
This is what all
You
this was
can't
about.
prove it.
This is what all this was about.
No, what's about is the people who have the most money and the power talking to the politicians of like, look, you want the economy of your state to, sustain itself, then you better start opening up these sporting venues, and that's what it's about. Now, if the populace, the reinfection rate, starts to spike, then we're gonna say, okay, maybe it's not a good idea. But they're not gonna blame Jerry Jones if all of a sudden.
No, I'm saying what if AT&T Stadium, if Governor Wheelchairs, you like to call him, looks back and says they open up AT&T Stadium I can say at least a month. They go through a month and they say, okay, Jerry did it. He opened up AT&T Stadium. He had all those people in there, 50,000 or whatever, and nobody contracted in a group like that.
No,
we gotta be.
What I'm saying, I think the direction and the angle that you're taking, that's not how they're going to look at it. That's a business decision, point blank, period.
Did you hear Governor Wheelchair's excited about having AT&T Stadium open?
Yeah, because hey, it looks good for the state of Texas to half up the imagery. So we're all about symbolism and imagery. So the imagery is there. They're not worried about public health. The only time it becomes an issue is if, people start dying. Then they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe these games aren't a good idea because there are high schools around the country that have people in the stands, at games and stuff like that.
I believe, this is just me personally, I believe that everything goes well at AT&T Stadium.
But you keep saying it has nothing to do with AT&T.
It does because Jerry gonna put as many people in that thing as he can.
No, that's happening. What you missing is that's happening regardless. That's gonna happen.
We've been here. I was like, listen, I don't know what y'all talking about. AT&T Stadium is open. If don't nothing open.
They didn't say anything about the Rangers' new ballpark.
Yeah, you didn't hear nothing about that.
The Mavericks, nothing. But AT&T Stadium.
We was in here. I said, listen, if don't nothing open in the state of Texas, the bars can. If don't nothing open, AT&T Stadium will be open. Even you said you was at Texas Live a couple days ago, and you seen the atmosphere. You seen how it go around there.
I will give you this. Texas Live, when I was there watching basketball or whatever the other day, shout out to them. Those nachos are amazing. But
did you get that from Troy Aikman spot?
No, just in the central arena area.
Okay.
But the number of people that I've seen walking around are just like without a mask, just saying fuck it to everybody, just like oh whatever. Okay, so they don't really mandate it,
right?
But they recommend.
They're gonna say come in with a mask on, but once you, like I was saying, if I get up and go to the bathroom and I ain't got my mask on in the bathroom, I'm already halfway across the thing. I'm not about to walk all the way back to my table and get a mask. I'm going to the bathroom,
and nobody will say anything to you.
Is it worth it? At the end of the day, is it worth it? Is it worth having that conversation with somebody to tell them put their mask on?
Now, we'll say this. So everybody at home watching, thank you, first of all, on Twitter, thank you, tomorrow, thank you, all that other good stuff. But, picture this real quick. I'm painting a picture for you. All right, so imagine Texas Motor Speedway. What was it, a month and a half ago?
Oh, yeah, they opened up. They did a race out there.
So they had a race.
But they were the first, right?
Exactly. I didn't go. But there was about 20 to 25,000 people there. And then there were no reports.
None.
Of anybody getting injured, sick, hurt, dying from this epidemic. That's done by design. Okay? As far as waivers, I'm not actually sure. I'm just saying this from a thoughtful perspective. So if I work for you, do not fire me, please. This is Tavash Hatcher's thoughts. They're not really reporting those numbers. If you think about it, the only thing they're doing is saying, hey, we're going to have a race. There will be a football game. There will be a soccer game, FC Dallas, which held 2,000 people. There'll be a race or horse racing. There will be an orgy. I don't give a fuck what it is. But the media will report about it in the beginning. Hey, AT&T Stadium is going to host 18,000 people, 50,000 people, whatever. But there will be no after reporting. Okay, so the right-wing people out there, shout out to Tarrant County and the Reds. I call them the Reds.
And then politics.
Shout out to them because They
Well,
made
you
it,
know, sports and politics go together.
They made it political. So let's stay political. Shout out to the Reds because the Reds are like, hey, media, you're lying. Keep it quiet. And so the media is keeping it quiet. Let's not forget that 45, the owner and architect of that big white building across the street from Walmart, and other people like that, of that ilk and that money,
Stature.
yeah, that financial stature are all Reds. Okay, they are so anti-media because the media gives everybody that's poor, everybody that's blue, everybody that's Dallas and not Tarrant County, this feel of not being safe. So they scare you, right? Fear mongering. So basically, what I'm saying is like that. The Reds are people who want to get out and work, who want to get out and grind because the money is going to be generated. And then they're like, be quiet because
You're messing up the money.
You're scaring our customers who happen to be blue and like poorer than us.
So who's gonna be the first person when they get they go to the Cowboys game and get COVID and hit Jerry up and say, hey Jerry,
There won't be that.
I got corona. How much you want to pay me to keep this quiet? What do you want to do to make
Jerry
this
has already said. Look, you mentioned Texas Motor Speedway. You mentioned is it Pepsi Hut or what's it Pepsi Park? Where the
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, DP.
You live by the
not
you live
Dr.
by
Pepper.
the ballpark.
The Pepsi Hut Center, whatever. The one that they have like the concerts and stuff. Where
I'm
the
gonna
soccer?
be mad at you.
Dickies?
No, where the soccer?
Pizza Hut.
The Pizza Hut. What
Yeah.
did I say? Pepsi?
Yeah,
Or-
all
or-
the wrong
I'm
sodas.
sorry, Toyota Stadium.
Oh, okay. Toyota Stadium. They didn't change the name. So all those are outdoor
You
venues.
say Pizza Hut?
Outdoor open air
Pizza
venues.
Hut.
Yeah.
So what did Jerry Jones come out and say? Oh, well, there's a natural wind path through the stadium, so technically we can have the roof
All we
open,
gotta do is crack that roof open.
and we can crack the windows open, and the windows
Windows and
gonna
roof.
flow right
Yeah.
through. So now you as a patron, what proof are you gonna have that you caught something at the stadium?
Exactly. So, with us being Texas and being sports starved, okay, from high school football, high school basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey. Well, basketball and hockey can't do it, but football, of course, because of, the doors and the windows. So, like those sports, or like those owners and GMs and people are pushing for it because they see bottom line, they see green. Like this virus doesn't see shit except your lungs. Okay, so I basically want people to not forget that part because, like, go have fun, go be a citizen. But just understand that when you go to these games and hug on people and kiss on people because Dak scored a touchdown, like if you get sick, that's on you, bro.
Exactly, and that's my thing. There's two sides to it, and you brought up the political aspect of it.
Oh, I love when you guys get political.
You need sort of that. Oh, let's take a step back. Let's reassess the situation. But you also need that other side that says, "Come on, guys, this money ain't gonna make itself."
Yeah.
So, as much as we want to say, "Oh, those guys who are red are bad," or they want to say the guys who are blue are bad, there's valid points on both. You can't be reckless, like you said, and go to the stadium, hug on people, talk about people, not respecting people's space and the mask mandate, and you infecting the populace. So all of a sudden, now, who's gonna make the money? Who's gonna work for you at the stadium if everybody's sick? So,
Right.
But at the same point, while you sitting at home not making any money, contemplating suicide,
What?
you're dying. You can die either way. Like, it's real life. It's a conversation that we have to have as a society.
And then
I
my
go that real life.
You have to.
Okay.
last point, my examples are the bars, the clubs, the restaurants, and then I'll say the strip clubs. Because here in DFW, some strip
It's
clubs
full.
are open.
I
There-
thought strip clubs supposed to be closed.
Go to DG's right now.
But Greg Evans said you can't have it.
Go to DG's right now.
Well, I don't want to.
What did Mark Cuban call those? He called what the gig economy or the gig. It's the hustle. It's the hustle. Getting the
Ecstasy's
bartender,
open, too.
the dancers or entertainers.
What are you doing right now?
No, I had to get gas,
What are you doing?
and then I saw someone coming out the building.
I don't
No,
think we want to tell that people that. We reframed that last comment. We don't know actually if ecstasy is open. It's speculation.
XTC is open. DG's is open in DFW.
That means you're gonna put yourself at that location.
No, because we need sponsorships. So bring it on, y'all. No, but so with all that being said,
like right across the street,
you can't really say, "Hey, I got it from there." I got it from there. At the beginning of COVID, you could have, because reports were like, "Man, he contracted it from touching the ATM on Camp Wisdom and 360." Like, nah, what? How do y'all do that? How do you forensics do that?
Well,
shit?
what we do is we go back a couple weeks and we say, "Well, where were you at 2 weeks ago?" And you go, "Oh, I was at AT&T Stadium."
Not anymore.
That's where you got it at, right there.
So kudos to Mr. Jones and everybody else saying, "Hey, sign this, bruh." And, I mean,
If you don't, we can't let you in.
even also they're making. Sorry, Kat. They're making, well, not making, but they're suggesting and pretty much asking season ticket holders to make a decision. Put your hat in the arena of, yes, can I get single game tickets this year, or put your hat in the arena of just push everything back to 2021.
Oh, no, we can't do that.
That's what I did.
How about maybe it might be
can't do that.
2022?
Maybe, but like, I mean, I personally think that they should try and do what the NBA did and what hockey did, as far as making
Bubble.
this thing a campus. Even like baseball, no fans. Just go no fans for a season. That way, the numbers continue
With
to
football?
stay where they are. Yeah, for
Yes.
football.
I think
Do like Thunderdome, WWE did, because the NFL, and WWE has about the same amount of fans. It's a lot of them. Okay,
That Thunderdome is hot. That's nice. I don't know if you've seen it. They built a whole arena around. It's a ring.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a regular ring, but the audience is a virtual audience.
just like NBA,
Oh, okay.
It go all the way
but
around.
it's around.
It's around.
It's bigger.
It go on levels too. It
Yeah,
go up.
It's bigger.
It looks just like you at the arena, but it's virtual.
And you see like
You see
people
you
looking
see
in
the,
and
you see the
cheering.
fans like you said, like the bubble. It's dope.
Which
I was like, that damn Vince McMahon, he find a way, boy.
Well, he stole it from Silver and them.
yeah.
Well, but he didn't take it to the length Silver and them did.
Well, because
They built a whole arena just for it.
Just for it, yeah. Well, I mean, Walt Disney though had the place already, pretty much already. It's a high school gym,
Yeah.
and then you added screens, right? So it's
and then
fine.
you improved on what you were doing along the way. Because at first it was just a dude in front of his computer screen looking weird, looking into the camera, and then they put like the seats behind him. And you're like, oh, okay. Then the crowd noise or whatever was more realistic. So
Yeah, they pumping the crowd noise in there with sounds from the video games like they doing at
and like doing the Maverick series, like, man,
that was fun.
it worked. Like it
Yeah.
worked. The players seemed to be into it. I, as a fan watching on TV, I was into it. I was like, man, they about to fight. Like it was real. It was a good atmosphere.
So now, I mean, the NFL is facing: should we go fans, take a risk? Because it's still
somebody wants to know who's the douche in the
Oh, that's me. Just let them know it's me. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like they don't know me. Like, thank you.
he's a good guy.
Like,
person asking, he's a good guy. That's cute.
I love stuff like that. Like I'd be the worst celebrity. They want they're talking about
Who's
you.
the man behind the mask?
Nope.
what they say?
He's Black Rey Mysterio, okay?
He be like, what they say? Well, they wasn't lying. So
But I mean,
When somebody say, "Oh, you walking, you hurt, you holding your stomach. Your stomach hurt? Yeah, that's why I'm holding my stomach." Dumbass question.
but you have one or two
I
ways:
came with y'all.
either bring in fans,
Well, that's what we
and
doing.
take a risk. I feel that part. I love it because it's
Money for you.
it's also thank you, and it's also an advantage because Dak has a crowd.
Yeah.
Washington doesn't have a crowd. Philly doesn't have a crowd.
Well,
Open tonight, the Rams not gonna have a crowd either.
The Rams don't have a crowd,
And they got a brand new football arena.
So
well,
far.
in fairness, Washington really don't have a crowd.
You know what?
They have
you
us.
Know what, you
They
know
have,
what?
That's
they have
right.
Cowboy fans.
Stop, man.
Huh?
Stop, man. Yeah, I know what you're trying to get at, man. That's just wrong. Well, we got some fun stuff. I know that was good right there. I like what we talking about, but we got some fun stuff tonight. We got to talk Cowboys here coming up in a second. You know, this guy here, biggest Cowboy fan in the history.
Stop it! No, we're not gonna do that.
This man stayed up in the middle of a tornado to watch the Cowboys.
Now I did do that.
And the Eagles, when they played the Eagles that one night, he was there.
I was there too.
Yeah, he was there. But this man here, they was like, get under cover. He's like, well, when it get down the street, let me know, and then I'll take cover.
I mean,
well, in fairness, they ain't really break in on the TV broadcast.
Here's Prescott back to pass over the middle.
The sirens are going out there, right? That just wasn't
nah.
But they wasn't by you, but I think
Nah. Look,
you didn't hear the siren?
They weren't taking it serious on TV. You want me to take it serious?
Okay, I got you. How can we expect you to take
I'm looking at the stuff
things?
after the game. They're like, oh, there's all this devastation.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Well,
I didn't see it. Where was it at? Because it didn't happen on my street. What Forrest Gump say? The government said it was $1 million loan. Well, they must have kept that money.
well, you know how I am. I'm out of my business. It was a fire in the complex next to me. My brother's gonna talk about. Is there a fire over there by where you live? And I'm like, well, it ain't. It's not in this unit. So.
Could have just been burnt up. Didn't
He sent me a picture, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's across the street. And he's like, that's what I was trying to tell you.
We gotta talk Mavs. They're good. We gotta get on this point that Tovar says the Mavs need a goon. And listen. I'm probably gonna be the bad guy in the room because I want everybody to quit whining about Marquise Morris. Okay, we grew up with this in the '90s.
Is that Marcus or Marquise?
Whatever his name is.
Marcus.
He plays for Brom. Marquise.
Yeah, whatever. Whichever one of them is. We just need to stop, calm down with this. He's a dirty player. We grew up on dirty players. Every team has a dirty player. And like he said, the Mavericks need to get one. So we'll talk about that. We got to talk Rangers and a little bit of Stars. But let's take a break. When we come back, let's get right into Quincy's Cowboys because I got some questions. We had a firing today. Cut, whatever you want to do. What the hell was that? That was on TV last weekend. A lot of questions that need to be answered. I'm looking to you to answer them for us.
I wasn't there.
You are a Cowboy fan.
Oh, okay.
So let's take a break. When we come back. Cowboys talk right here next on DallasOnAir.com.
Mavericks have missed their first 3 shots plus 2 turnovers. Doncic against Zubats. Nice adjustment, and they get their first points. Thank you, Cassidy. Well, you guys have known him for about 30 years, as have I, as Paul George knocks down a 3-pointer. He's been in the league almost 40 years, 21 as a head coach.
How great was Patrick Ewing?
Oh, my goodness.
Doncic spins, wanted a foul. Did a good job going right at Morris. Matchup for Jackson, though they're sending a second defender right away at him. Finney-Smith inside, Boban Marjanovic, and an easy 2 once he gets positioned down low.
Realizing that they was taking advantage of the size, goes into a zone, so now the Mavericks change their defense.
Leonard spins away, gets into paint, count it, and 1.
His ability to move in the pocket and not worried about being sacked. He didn't panic at all.
Doncic gets inside, backs it home, and a foul. Montrezl Harrell tries to sway with him.
Continue to play a lot of zone.
Leonard against Curry. Tough matchup there for Curry. Leonard rattles it home. He's got double figures now. Leonard chasing Doncic. Goes right at Zubats and floats it up over the 7-footer. Obviously, he's their second leading scorer, but do they miss him more defensively or offensively?
Definitely on offense as Leonard throws it down.
Coach Lute Olson and also Cliff Robinson. 2 guys that impacted in their own way and certainly thinking about their family and loved ones also.
George throws it up and Zubats throws it down. Nice connection there by the 2 Clippers, and it's back to 20. And easily wins the tip. Gets it back, looks, fires, shot is good.
That's that skill that you talk about.
Coming up on a minute left here in the third. Doncic drives, sidestep, layup, count it, and 1. Chance for a traditional 3-point play. Bots finds Leonard. Kawhi Leonard with 4 to shoot. Goes inside and throws it down with 2 hands.
But this is when you have a great isolation player. You get
Leonard against Kleba. Again, Kawhi Leonard. 5th straight game in this series. He's at 30 or more. Hardaway kicks it out. Good scrambling defense here by the Clippers. Doncic, the Euro step, layup, count it, and 1. They defended that possession pretty well. Paul George across the lane. Jackson again. Puts it in. Reggie Jackson from downtown. LA Clippers advance to the second round, led by Kawhi Leonard. More greatness in the postseason. The two longtime friends, Rick Carlisle and Doc Rivers.
Get over there and follow us on our Twitter page, @ItIsBusiness, and on Facebook, Best for Business, and of course on our Instagram, best.for.business. We got Q, the sexual healer, LLQJ.
That is not
the international lover of women, the quiet storm here. We got @Tovon10. Ladies, get over there and follow that Twitter account. Gentlemen, too, because of Me Too movement, I do have to put that out there. But Q, LLQJ,
realizing that they was
Mr.
taking advantage
Cowboys
of the size, goes into a zone. So now the Mavericks changed
do you
it.
have any social media that I can plug? No?
Man, they can find me on Facebook if they want to.
What's your name on Facebook?
First and last name.
Oh, man. I don't know how this night is going to go. I really don't understand how it's going to go. You're the biggest Cowboy fan in Cowboy Nation. I like to consider you that.
You know what? I'm just gonna. What's that word? I'm just gonna humor you.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not gonna stop.
You don't have a You don't have a tattoo of the Cowboys like some people do.
I don't have a jersey. I don't have any jerseys.
What? You gotta get you one.
I got you.
Yeah, you know, talking about he got the hook.
Hey, I'll do a T-shirt.
Okay.
I just imagine if I would have bought a Dez jersey, I'd be looking kind of hurt.
I thought you had a jersey of Whitner or something like that. No, I thought you had a Romo.
I want a Cowboys jersey.
Got you too.
Here you go. Here's
all right then.
Right there.
I'm thinking about drafting Romo in my fantasy league this weekend.
That's a good idea. Go too well for you.
Oh, okay.
That's not going to go too well for you.
Thinking about covering that cat up.
Situations develop. Well, first off, what was that was on TV last weekend?
I actually do have a Seahorn shirt though.
Jason Seahorn? What the hell?
Wow. Where'd you dig that up at?
She said Seahorn.
I do.
Jason Seahorn.
Old jersey.
Oh yeah.
She probably like it way he looked.
She probably got a.
Well, no, I actually no, it's my uncle's. I actually used to love the Giants. I
got that Amani Tuma.
I don't know why. I rooted for the Giants, and the other half of my family rooted for the boys. So I had a Seahorn jersey.
You got a Charlie Ward Nick jersey too?
No, that's just the Seahorn.
So, what was that on TV last weekend?
Oh man, they pulled the wool over our eyes.
They said it was a McCarthy call. So Mike McCarthy pulling the strings now. What's that?
That was a good one. They then they promoted it as a scrimmage.
Yeah, scrimmage. That you couldn't even see.
It was a practice that you couldn't see. Why are out there giving us commentary on players?
No, I don't. I think you heard the Michael Irvin show. That's what it sounded like.
I mean that was interesting.
And Nate Newton.
I was watching it like, okay, when they gonna shut up and start the game? You know, they
had already started the game.
The game was going on. I'm like, oh.
And okay. I said, was this just a thing that because they got Jerry? Jerry's coming on top.
Oh yeah.
And we got to see Jerry. And I said, was this whole thing just to prop up to see Jerry talk? That's what I feel like.
I think
we waited around, and then it happened.
It's anticipation. I think it builds up anticipation, and then the fact there's no preseason. I'm really looking forward to the first game of the season.
I'll tell you like this. Back in the day, the Michael Irvin show was totally amazing. I'm sitting right here because of the Michael Irvin show.
Okay.
I thought I could do it just like he could. So thank you, Mr. Irvin, for that part.
So you guys not upset about what they did out there?
I don't cut checks.
So we did hear that from the owner and C something OOO or whatever. So Jerry told us basically that the reason why everybody came out and we're just wearing white jerseys is because of the possibility that maybe those other guys could have been scouted by other teams. Okay, so if you do that, my question is then and now, why in the fuck do you actually have your scrimmage on local TV and you just so happen to be the Yankees of the NFL? Every other team is going to watch. This is not the 1980s. This is not the 70s. Every team has access to you because you're now on Twitter. You're now on Facebook, Instagram. You're now also on YouTube. You're on the internet. You're on local TV, national TV. ESPN is there. I mean, so let's not try to pull the shenanigans and do the bullshit and say, hey, we're going to broadcast a scrimmage, but you're not going to see anything. Let us know ahead of time so that we can continue to feast our attention on the Mavericks, like I told you earlier in the day, or even the Dallas Stars. Let's not try to sneak ratings and steal ratings because of who we are, the Dallas Cowboys. Come on.
Honestly, I feel like they could have obviously done it better. I think they just got caught with their pants down a bit.
They said it was a Mike McCarthy call. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think from the coach's standpoint, the Cowboys want to do what the Cowboys do. And McCarthy was like, nah, this is what we're going to do. But really, all the fans wanted to see was CeeDee Lamb out there catching a couple passes. Like, Trevon Diggs doing a little something. This whole Neville Gallimore and the Tristan kid, like, okay, what does the pass rush look like? Is Jalen really moving around? So they could have probably picked out about maybe 10 or 11 players that they could have shown us, like a couple plays that or just point the camera on those players and not the formation to give away any secrets as far as formation and stunts by the defense and adjustments. And that would have been enough entertainment for the fans to just see, like I said, CD make a play, Zeke run the ball, people get hyped and amped up, but they went a different route.
All you have to do,
not to interrupt, what it looked like? I haven't played Madden in years. The in between
the training camps,
clips and man, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. The practice mode,
practice mode.
Everybody's upset about this Madden camp. It's bad.
I haven't played Madden.
I stopped playing video games since.
What, you?
Yeah, I just got back on 2K.
The new one come out tomorrow.
I heard.
I'm getting it for my pops tomorrow. His birthday was the other day. I'm getting it for him.
He's ready to take Braun to the ship.
Yeah, every year he ready to take Braun to the ship. Every year.
Real quick, before you do that, all they had to do was go 7-on-7.
Yeah,
and just
and
like
not
let us
show the formation.
Let us watch softball. Basically, allow us to watch hully gully free will football players just do what they're paid to do and play football. Like, don't show any formations. Don't do none of that. Just go 7-on-7 or maybe 10-on-10 and let Dak not get touched and just like ball out. Pro Bowlers, give me the Pro Bowl. Can I have the Pro Bowl, please?
That's what I thought they were literally gonna do. Probably like 20 minutes of just freestyle football, just for entertainment.
Sandlot.
I thought that's what they were gonna do. I'm like, man,
give me 3 over there, give me 4 over here, a couple of alignments, and let's sandlot this bitch up.
If y'all ain't letting people come to the practice to physically watch it or watch it on TV, why would you hold people hostage on a Saturday to watch a practice?
All we want to do is see CeeDee Lamb, Dak, 13, and a couple other guys.
Vander Esch, is he healthy?
Yeah.
Is Jalen good? Honestly, that would have been enough for, I think, most people.
Well, I was a little concerned because I was getting ready to say, man, if this is if Mike McCarthy's calling the shots on this, we're in trouble. He screwed this one up because they said this was a McCarthy call, and I was like, did he really go through with this one?
I mean, damn, are the fans ever happy? Ran Jason out of town, somebody different. Like,
Kat, do you have some sad music or something you can cover, like Boyz II Men, End of the Road? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but yesterday we had to make some roster cuts. We had to make the 53-man roster, and people had to get cut. One was, if you remember this guy, Devin Smith. He was the guy who caught the pass from Dak last year in the Washington game. He had a good game in Washington last year, and we cut him. But most importantly today, Big one cut him down today. I don't know if it's big. It was complaints he was sucking at camp Mr. Ha Ha Clinton Dix.
What did he say his name? Hashan?
Yeah, well, it's not.
Hassan.
Ha Ha.
I don't know why they signed him in the first place, but
Well, why
that's
do you
neither
say?
here.
Why do you say that? Because he was at the Packers and then he went to the Bears.
Yeah, that's 1, 2. What they say? That's 4 teams in 4 years. Is like, if you're any good,
You shouldn't have
as
to
a
be.
veteran, like, you know, it's like, why is that girl not? Why does she have
I
so
feel
many
like he was
boyfriends? She
here.
ain't
I
married?
feel like he was here because McCarthy. McCarthy drafted him.
Yeah, I mean, it's that second chance. Of
Yeah.
course, it made sense because the head coach coached him once, but the player, when they were talking about the top safeties in the league, you weren't hearing about him. There was no hype on him like you were hearing the young guys. Of course, you had the Derwin James, the young guns, and what's the boy from the Texas kid that we wanted play for the Jets?
Oh, Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams, and the other safety they have, and
Earl Thomas?
Well, no, the other safety for the Jets.
So,
But there's some good young safeties as well.
so with the Ha Ha Clinton Dix cut, does this make Earl Thomas in play?
He was probably in play the whole time. I mean,
He was. You think he was?
Yeah, but the tough I'm no insider, obviously, but the tough thing is with a veteran player like that.
I like how Cat throw some D's on there.
With a veteran player like that, man, who's still in his prime, well, kind of on the backside of his prime, is he gonna take a cut and pay? You know, is his pride gonna allow him to say, you know what? Let me just take this little.
You talking about Earl, right?
Yeah, now we're talking about Earl.
Will
His pride, allow him to take a little less?
I got word from a former NFL player who used to play for the Cowboys who said the problem with Earl Thomas is that he switches coverages whenever he wants to, and he fights with his teammates a lot, and that's why he's not in Baltimore anymore.
Yeah. Baltimore is a very good organization as far as like what they do with the players, but it's a structured type organization. He might get away with it here. I don't know. If it was Jason, he definitely would have gotten away with it because Jerry would have been like, "Here's your new toy, go play with it." But with the new coaches, I don't know if they're going to be out there, with so many young players on the Cowboys too. Because what if you start Trevon Diggs? What if you have one of these unproven guys playing safety? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of what ifs for you to have somebody going rogue back there in the secondary.
I'll say this about him. I'd stay away.
You would?
I would. And it's
let me ask you this, because I want you to put it in your answer or your response. Would you stay away because of the position, because of the personality, because of the money, or you just stay away, period?
locker room.
Locker room? Okay.
Because my team is still young.
Okay.
And I'll say that I still don't know why like people keep rushing the Cowboys window, because Dak has only been here 4 years. Zeke's only been here 4 years.
Yeah.
But everybody keeps rushing the Cowboys window. If you're in DFW media, you keep rushing the Cowboys window. To hell with you. Turn your microphone off.
Well, when
But-
you say rush the Cowboys window,
That's because the window is rusty, though.
They've
In
been
fairness, that window is rusty. So
They've been doing that for the last 20 years, and I'm tired of
They
seeing it.
done swung their windows.
it's rusty.
Yeah.
The window,
squeaking.
the window is open.
Cowboys fans act like that's just a brand new energy safe window.
It's
I don't
huge.
know why y'all switch up on people so
Who
much.
switches up?
The Cowboy fans, Cowboys Nation.
No. There's a section of the Cowboy fans. As soon as somebody start making some money, they ready to switch up on. Oh, they suck all of a sudden. Man, if you in the same position, you would want your paper. Like, why that gets paid? Oh man, we gotta get rid of that. Zeke's about to get. Oh, what's wrong with Zeke? As soon as somebody's about to
he's
get
not worth it.
some money, all of a sudden they're not worth it. But when you had them playing for less and they were excelling, we're good. We're getting a deal.
Nobody's worth. No players worth. I've never heard anybody say that's a good contract. Not one person.
And you would never hear anybody say it because they ain't got the shit, first of all.
Yeah, that's a bad contract. They got him for too many years.
They don't look like them, and they don't have the same talent these dudes do. So stop counting money, right? But like, I trip because, like a person like Earl doesn't belong in your locker room because, for one, he tried to leave one locker room to come to your locker room.
in the middle of.
immediately after a game during the season.
Disrespectful.
Two, what he did to a world class organization like the Ravens, like the Ravens, he did what he did there.
He think he's above it. That's what I said.
They were willing to like pretty much eat money to get him out of there.
They paid you to go home.
They paid you to go away. It's like paying a stripper to get away from your table.
Well, that's
Like,
actually,
here's $100, bitch. Leave, please.
you don't know. That's what you pay him to do. You don't pay him for the service. You pay him to leave.
You may pay him to leave.
Yeah, you pay him to leave. That's what you pay him for.
Okay.
Oh, this conversation went down a weird rabbit hole.
But-
Well, I just want to make sure he got it right. You are paying them to leave because if you don't pay them, they're not going to leave. So you're paying them.
You pay him to sit on your lap or whatever. You pay him to keep him off the stage, to keep him there, to make everybody in the club jealous.
Maybe that's just a process.
That's the rule, right? So, which is why I stay away from strip clubs anyway.
Okay.
But like Earl, he can help my team on the field, but I only play one game a week.
Are you trying to relate this to what's the guy that was here, the Kraken?
No, not even close.
Not even close?
That's why I asked. That's why I framed the question the way I did. But he just doesn't want him here because of that locker room aspect.
Mm-hmm.
He's not
Excuse me.
he's not necessarily worried about this dude might go rogue on the field. He might try to fight his teammate.
I have a team full of young players.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get allow him and Zeke to fight it out because Zeke is a knucklehead too. When I said knucklehead, in a good way.
Well, we
Yeah.
saw the Kraken get into it. He went over there and slapped the clipboard out of Versace's hand.
Out of a
and then
coach's hand.
and then him and Dez got into it on the sideline, telling him to calm down.
That part. Dez didn't want no part of that, which is what I'm saying.
I mean,
Like offense versus defense, I don't need Zeke getting into it with this dude.
Yeah.
Because they're on the defensive end. Zeke probably will hurt him. And all of a sudden now, the Dallas media, the pretty much Cowboys media, which is like huge anyway, tell me about Earl and Zeke. Tell me about this. Now it's a distraction in week 4. I need my $31 million underpaid quarterback to focus on football.
Yeah.
Jason Witten ain't here no more to regulate that shit off the field. So yeah, I don't need that because even with Coach Montgomery, it's like, bruh, you don't need that here. I'm sorry. I'd rather get beat over the top with Xavier Woods versus having Earl Thomas come into my locker room and infecting it with Earl Thomasness. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather build my defense from McCarthy. Excuse me, I said Mike Montgomery, like this is Stanford. Mike McCarthy, and like let him build his own team. Like, I'm good.
but he's doing it right. You know,
Right.
to me,
Mike Montgomery.
I don't mind safeties. They're great safeties, but I don't believe in overpaying for no safety. Like, you literally covering like one section of the
A
field.
part of the field. That's
Or are
it.
you gonna come down and play in the box? You could get a big linebacker to come down and play in the box. And so it's smarter to build your team front to back instead
up
of
front.
back to front.
Now he did though. He did help anchor the Legion of Boom.
Yeah, but look,
Which is
you're
fun.
talking about in the beginning. But look who they had. They had him. They had Cam. They had Sherman.
They had
Was it Maxwell? Who
They
was
had
the-
Maxwell and McClain.
And then the front. The front was good. The
did.
second level was good.
Linebackers were good with
So-
Wagner. They were fine.
He
Yeah.
was a very important piece, you know,
To them.
to them. But you don't necessarily have that here. You're trying to build that.
Now, if Byron were here, then yeah, I'd ask him for his input. What do you think? Do you want that? Okay, cool. Bring him in. But I mean, the corners we have now, they need help. They need help. He may get exposed later on in the game, and then here we are overpaying him because Cheeto couldn't cover, because the rookie Diggs couldn't cover. Like
Yeah.
so, and of course Jordan, because Jordan couldn't cover. Like a lot of these dudes to manifest within themselves and still have Xavier Woods in the back.
And my guy, who people love to hate, you know my guy, is out there in Oakland now.
He
That
gone, though.
dude was not as bad as
People thought he was.
Thought he was, and like
Who we talking about? Who we talking about?
Jeff Heath.
Jeff
Jeff Heath?
That dude was not as bad as people. Oh, Jeff sucks. Oh, like when no one else was making the play in your secondary, Jeff was making the play. Yeah, he took a horrible angle in that Rams
I
game.
think was it Kavanaugh who made a comparison? They said Ha was like is like our Jeff Heath.
Nah, but to me, Jeff Heath is better than Ha Clinton Dix.
Why Raiders stealing all our players, man? Now they got Jason Witten. Didn't they get somebody else too?
Jeff Heath.
Okay,
yeah,
was Jeff Heath.
I think someone on the line too.
Yeah.
What's his name?
The
D tackle.
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone's name. Malik Collins. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are stealing all our players.
But they done got rid of old Rod though.
You have to help. You have to forgive me because I
Got rid of Jalen's brother.
I was really looking forward to seeing Sean Lee get cut today, but I guess that's just not gonna.
Why you hating on Sean Lee?
The coach is in love with his story or whatever. Per Brianna Dix is what she told me earlier on Twitter. The coach, so he's not getting cut.
There's another dude that's my guy. If he could have stayed healthy for his career, I think he wouldn't have been as good as Kuechly on that level. I'm not gonna play myself. That'd be disrespectful to Luke. But Sean was.
Let's go ahead and play yourself.
Sean was a really, 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 really good player. I mean, it's like instinctively, if you have a defender that makes plays on the other side of the ball, give me that. The high motor guys, give me the Aaron Donalds type player who is consistently making plays on the other side of the ball. You know what I mean? Give me those type of players where you're not going to meet them; they're coming to meet you. Like, give me that type.
Sean Lee's frame hurt him.
Yeah.
Because look at Bobby Wagner. His frame is a little bit thicker. Ray Lewis' frame a little bit thicker.
They're more stout
Yeah.
guys.
So they're able to go in there and plug it up and then like pretty much play ball for 12 to 16 weeks per year versus getting a concussion or getting an ankle or getting a shoulder.
The soft tissue.
That bullshit.
Injuries. It's not serious, but you're out 2 to 3 weeks because it's a soft.
Right. Or 3 to 5 weeks because of your wrist.
Your hamstring.
That bullshit. No. I'm sorry. What you got?
Also, it's come out today that Amari Cooper has an injury. You know, I put the question to you on Twitter. It's just an excuse to come later on down the line when he wants to check himself out of the game or just quit on the team again. So we have to hear about this later.
Notice I didn't answer for a reason.
Yeah, I wasn't. That to me, that's not important.
Well, it is because remember last year, the Eagles game, he just checked himself out because he said he had an injury. And I was just curious if we're going to have to live through that again.
I mean, if the dude is hurt, the dude is hurt.
Again?
Man,
Well, they said in the Jets. Remember, they said the Jets game he had a foot problem.
That dude is a veteran. You think he's trying to go out there and run around with them boys?
He's only 25, 6, ain't he?
He's still a veteran. Like,
yeah,
he don't
20,
need to-
he's like Dak's age.
Okay,
he's a
young.
veteran player. Like, man, what we don't need is you getting hurt in practice. The season starts next week. It didn't start last week.
Oh, okay. So we're excusing. So it is an excuse for later on in the season when he's.
It's not an excuse. Like I am an Amari fan. I've said it a lot of times. I'm a fan of the Dez type receivers than the Amari type receivers.
Well, then you need to be on the CeeDee Lamb train with us because that's who the Dez.
Who you talking to?
Yeah,
I was on the CeeDee Lamb train before.
You the one who introduced me to him.
I seen CD play as a freshman. And I'm like, man, if the Cowboys could ever get him, I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a couple of years.
Well, Jerry got you.
Then it was like, oh, it'll never happen, and then it happened. But the point I'm making with Amari, what I don't like about Amari is, 1 week you'll catch 10 for 230. The next week,
yeah,
you might get 2 for 32.
This sounds like This sounds like what everybody says. He's not good on the road.
It's not about being on the road. It's about being a consistent receiver. And we used to be critical of Dez sometimes because, like, man, why can't Dez be a high volume type receiver? Why can't Dez catch 13 for 180?
Never critical.
I'll take 5 or 6 for 99 and 1.5 touchdowns. Like, I'll take that. If I could get that every week, I'll take that because he's going to show up. And I think now with the play like CeeDee Lamb, that's why he's productive. He's going to go fight for the ball.
Ooh, you see him catch that thing in one hand.
I think he might be the type of player where you can say every week he's, chalk up 8 catches or whatever. And that's what I think the Cowboys need from a wide receiver.
I'll say this.
And not the receiver quits on him in last game of the season.
I'll say this. And it's to you.
It's directed towards me.
Like, you really don't have to continue to have all your guns aimed at Amari Cooper.
I do.
Cooper was my CeeDee Lamb in college. Mm-hmm. Like, I was watching Cooper like everybody was watching CeeDee Lamb. Like, yo, I want that dude to play for Dallas.
Which is
Alabama,
hard.
right?
Which is hard because
Yeah.
they didn't really have any quarterback.
And watching Cooper, like do his thing in Alabama, I was like, bro, I want that dude here. And then, of course, watching CeeDee Lamb, I was like, bro, it'd be amazing if he came here.
Yeah.
Watching him, and then and Ruggs, and I was just like, man, I would love for one of them dudes to come here. And then my eyes got big on draft night. I was like, bro, we have a chance.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that at one point on draft night, did you not think that at any given time Jerry was going to do something to get CeeDee Lamb?
You
didn't
see my tweet?
Because I knew that when they said Jerry was, remember I kept saying, "Oh, Jerry's heading the draft. Oh, we coming away with CeeDee Lamb." I don't know how.
No, Jerry
what
said-
way somehow, but we
Jerry
coming away
said
with
it
CeeDee Lamb.
himself that the end from LSU, all along, that was their guy. That was the guy that was slotted to him. That was the guy that they were going to pick.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, you would be a fool if you were looking up there and it's CeeDee Lamb and this defensive end.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
I don't care what you tell me. Give me the dude who scores the touchdowns than the guy who stops people from making the pick.
I don't
Unless
buy it.
you're giving me Chase Young, then I'll say okay.
It's basically the Randy
And
Moss
I ain't really
situation all
seen
over
him
again.
play yet. But
It's Randy Moss all over again.
get that weapon.
Right,
like-
because Jerry Jones likes offense sells ticket, offense puts butts in seats.
No.
Jerry's gonna go with an offensive guy.
They usually go for the safest big name
They
that
used
they
to.
have
They
co-
used to.
that
They
they
used
have
to.
convinced the media is the right pick.
We didn't even know who they were picking.
They used to.
What he's got a man. I'm sounding bad tonight. He got that weird name, the defensive end.
It's not about that. I'm just saying we didn't even know who they were picking.
No, everyone.
Nobody knew in the first round who they were taking.
Yes, if you looked at mock drafts, you were kind of like, okay, you kind of knew he was going to be there. And then knowing how the Cowboys do, like, okay, I already know who the Cowboys are going to get. They need an end. This is the best player at the position left. They're going to pick him, and they went opposite.
When I heard Jerry Jones when they said Jerry was doing it alone, I said
He didn't do it.
way.
Well, he didn't do it alone. Bro.
There's no way.
He was on TV alone.
I'm
he
saying
didn't do
he
it
was
alone.
making the pick on his own. There's
Bruh.
nobody in there to stop him.
No, there was somebody in there.
Who?
They were not just on camera.
Is that what it
because
was?
Charlotte was there, Haley was there, Steven was there.
Well, Steven ain't there
Trust
to
me on
stop
this.
his hand from putting in
He-
Johnny Manziel this time.
But it was, and they did, and it was, and of course they did. I'm just telling y'all right now, like Jerry wasn't the only hand in grabbing CeeDee Lamb. You mean to tell me that Jerry Jones
Yeah.
watched
I like
every
that,
single
Cat.
route?
That's a good song by you, Cat, given what's going on.
He watched every single route of CeeDee Lamb and said, you know what?
He was on their board, though, from my understanding.
Of course, Kawhi Leonard's gonna be on everybody's board.
I
Of
mean-
course, Steph Curry's gonna be on everybody's board.
From what they said, Henry Ruggs was on the board, too.
He was, but he got picked.
Yeah.
So, who's the next best receiver on this thing? Who's the next best player on this thing? So, check this out. Check this out. So, whenever they have a draft board, they go next best available, and then superstar in the making. This is what they don't tell y'all on the radio. So, like the Broaduses and the Kavanaughs and all this other stuff. So,
Well, I told Kavanaugh to get me CeeDee Lamb from the get-go.
well, yeah, we were all talking CeeDee
Yeah,
Lamb.
I was saying, I asked
Right,
Kavanaugh personally.
at 17, right?
Can
It
you
was
give me
17.
CeeDee Lamb?
Right, it was 17, right?
Yeah, and my guy delivered.
So the dude
Jeff
on
Kavanaugh delivered for me.
it was the Caleb on Chase on fella from LSU
Chase on.
is who I was.
You really took time to look that
Yeah,
up.
because I don't want to sound like an idiot. Like, man, I'm
We
that guy from LSU.
We're
Like,
fine.
It
The
doesn't
fact
matter.
that you have a mask on is
I've already established that.
Safe enough. You're safe.
it's not what the people on the book say.
With the book, well, hell,
They're jealous.
then
I'm
they
not
could
jealous, they're
go
haters.
on the Facebook, find me, and you can see my face. Like,
Yeah.
What's
Look
your
him up,
Facebook?
ladies.
Hold on, what's Facebook again?
first and last name.
Who after you? Why? That's why you want to give it first last name.
Man,
Never mind. Don't answer
Yeah.
You're
that.
good.
Tote Boss has made a very compelling argument on Twitter, and I kind of agree with him. He says that the Mavs need a thug. Even when what was that? When Luka got to pushing his question, he was yelling on Twitter, "Where is the goon? Where is the goon?" The Mavericks do not have a goon. He is right. Let's take a break when we come back. We got to talk. We got to recap the Mavs Clippers series and answer the question for Tovash. Where is the goon and who is the goon the Mavericks are going to get right here next on DallasOnAir.com.
That's Hardaway on Kawhi Leonard. They clear it out. He backs his way in. The turnaround is true.
Oh, man, was that a beautiful play. Not the words of your enemies that hurt you, but the silence of your friends. And I think that's the frustration that some NBA players feel.
Blake, he's 29 years of age, and he's fighting right now. Hopefully he does pull through this. But we need change, and we need to examine why we're here and own it and fix it. Doncic does have a couple of assists. Kawhi trying to extend this run. Gets deep, and Leonard scores and one. Doncic trying to turn the corner, does so off the glass. Easy for him. Here's George. Morris keeps it alive. Kawhi runs it down. Shot clock is off. Leonard goes quickly. Scores the layup.
You have to do that by getting in the defensive lanes, getting a couple turnovers early.
If you're just joining us once again, as George on the take, takes on Boban and scores the layup. Scoring inside, just like that. Mavericks need him. Here's George. Little set shot is good.
Did the circle of bases sign, like check it over. Oh, beautiful. Backdoor.
Kleba is around that injured ankle, Chris.
Yeah, they all tighten up, and Luke is just going to try to keep things loose. And speaking of loose, Kawhi gets loose. Others on the bench get their rhythm going. So you want them to have an extended period of playing time. Kawhi, bang, baseline.
Landry Shamet will find George. This feels like George is trying to put together a monster game right now, and all arrows pointing toward PG-13.
Prove it every night, and now that everybody's saying, oh, this is the Lakers team that we thought, yeah, that hurts the Clippers' ego a little bit.
Luka Doncic hits a three. That was a big turning point in game one. Dallas did answer in game two. There's Zubac. Nice feed, and the finish with two hands from Ivica Zubac. Tim Hardaway had a nice playoff run here for the Mavericks in this series. Had 21 points in 35 minutes in game four. There's an answer by Kawhi Leonard.
And turnovers have been the story for Dallas. 11 turnovers tonight, and they've given their opponents 22 points.
Here goes Jackson, and high off the window. Turn the favor for him. Love seeing that. This is a tight-knit group. George leaves it. Montrezl Harrell. And now they're up. The NBA app for more details. Paul George, 13th career 30-point
you can take
playoff game. Clippers shoot 63.1% from the field tonight. That's a playoff record as well. A record-setting night in a lot of ways.
Thank you, Kat. This segment is sponsored by the great folks over at Henderson Chicken. I had a meet with Miss Henderson last week, and I was a big fan of what's going on over here. You know who she loves? EA. Ooh, she loves her some EA. That's all she talks about was EA promoting Henderson Chicken. She loves every promotion you do.
So she don't love me?
Yeah, she love you too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she love you.
I saw her walk in the room one time. Her feet didn't hit the floor.
Miss Linda bad like that?
She got the mink coat on with the range.
What'd you say? What'd you say she getting her Miss Park on?
Oh man,
is she watching?
I don't know, but if she, it don't matter.
I'm respectfully complimenting this. A woman of such grace.
Who see Michelle Obama chicken?
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know, but hey,
it looked like her feet. She had the little mint coat on.
Yeah,
like, just came in like money. I was like, oh my goodness.
Miss Linda, I ain't know Miss Linda was that bad.
Hey, Miss Parker.
I ain't look at her like that.
Hey, all I know, she cut the check, so we good.
Miss Linda
cut the check last week.
She can also slide into
that check.
Slide into my DMs. Answer Vice 10 on Twitter.
Henderson's Chicken located all over Dallas, South Dallas, East Dallas, West Dallas, Cedar Hill. Now out there in Fort Worth, Funky Town, all over Tarrant County. Even out there in our side of town, not the colony, Midway.
I was about to say, they
Carrollton.
They stop at a certain point.
No. She's trying to go out that way too. She's trying to come back to Arlington. Henry's Chicken. Get out there.
121 is pushing it.
That's where she should put one at, right there on 121. They run out of space over there, huh?
Oh yeah.
Ken, I meant to tell you to put the NBA on ESPN on this one because we got a situation here that we need to recap because I'm sitting between two Clipper fans right now.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Let's not have the
I'm
people.
sorry, you're right. I'm sorry.
Let's not have the people hate me. I was going for the Mavericks as well. Just the Clippers a little bit more.
I'm sitting between a Kawhi fan and a Paul George fan.
Not a playoff P fan.
Not a playoff P. Okay,
just
regular season.
Yeah.
Okay. And this guy here, he's a Kawhi fan. Big time.
Best player in the game. Yeah, I said it.
Well, I don't know about all that.
I'm a Kawhi fan too. Kawhi, Paul George, Steph, Clay, Bron.
I don't know if you should lie to the people like that. That Kawhi's the best player in the NBA.
And then Luka got me.
You're Luka guy now?
Yeah, Luka got me.
What was it? The step back 3-pointer?
It was all of it, man. When they couldn't do nothing with him, I was like, man, that's a bad boy.
Well, you say nobody. Well, wait, hold on.
Because when I went to the game and watched them play, I literally seen a dude make 4 threes in a row from like 4 feet behind the line. So when I went to the game last year, I was like, man.
This year.
No, that was a season.
It's a long ass year, bro.
Before the lockdown, exactly.
It's a long one.
They've been playing for 12 months. Now,
well, hold on. How come they couldn't do nothing with them? Because they got.
Hey man,
they got two of the best.
There you go.
They have two of the best.
The two-way players. Huh?
They had the best two-way players in the world now, and one of them is the best defensive player. And I got down here on game. Make sure I got game 4 right here. 43, 17 to 13. How did two of the best let them get that?
Keep going.
Go on,
I mean, hold on now. I don't want to discourage your guy.
I ain't want to interrupt.
I didn't want to discourage your guy because on that night your guy had 32.
Okay.
9 and 4.
All right.
No triple double, but he gave you 32. But Luka had 43 and 17. That's game 4. That would be the step back overtime.
This is my shit. This is my shit game.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand why they had old Reg on them anyways. But why did they? He was killing Reg all. He was cooking Reg all day.
Well, let's go back down here. Let's recap the whole thing because let's go to game 1, where the Clippers won 118 to 110. This is one where we had the ejection of Porzingis. Luka gave you 42, 7 and 9, and Kawhi gave you 29, 12 and 6. And everybody says this is the game that if Porzingis had not got ejected from, we could have came away with a dub. Do you believe that?
Could high possibility, but the Clippers could have easily won that game. That was a very competitive game.
So the series goes the way the series went. The better team won. The team with the better players won. I'm sorry, Mavericks fans.
Oh no,
that I'm not really homering it up like y'all do.
You know, Tovash at the arena, he gets so upset when the Mavericks on the run and the Maverick fans don't get up and cheer. Oh, it bothers him. He hates that so much.
For him to be such a big Maverick fan, but it's play over team.
I do like listen, I love basketball, period. I love what the Mavericks are doing.
I'm right there with you.
And I actually live and thrive off of what fan bases do. If you're a fan base and you're not, not actually standing up on your feet like what a Portland Trailblazers fan base would do, like what a Seattle Sonic fan base would do. Staples Center, hell no. Or what Boston would do when it comes to cheering your players on, doing a run, then that fan base is basketball irrelevant and basketball illiterate to me. I'm done with you. So, okay, that's where I stand with that part. Focus on the series. Okay. So
hold it back in.
Thanks for working me up.
Well, that's the point.
But so here's the thing. The Mavericks were not equipped to beat the Clippers. I'm sorry.
We beat them 2 games.
Oh, 2 games. The Clippers doubled you up and beat you 4 games.
Hey, we ain't talking about. Was that game 5? What game was that?
4 games to 2. Okay.
Was that game 5?
And then on top of that, main player has to fight and fend for himself. I got a problem with that, y'all.
Let's talk about that, Tovash.
All right, and here we go. Here's my whole deal. Y'all. understand this part. Back in the 80s,
Yep.
Charles Oakley was fighting for Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Flip it around. Charles Oakley was fighting for Patrick Ewing. Anthony Mason was fighting for Patrick Ewing.
that team was.
Doc Rivers was fighting for Patrick Ewing.
Starks as a guard was
We
out
started
there.
fighting for Patrick Ewing.
John Starks was fighting for Patrick Ewing.
game was
Everybody
different.
fought for your fucking star
Bruce
player.
Bowen fought for Tim Duncan.
Thank you.
So Vernon Maxwell fought for Keem Olajuwon.
Hey, and don't forget my Pacers.
Mario Ellie.
Don't
Well,
forget my.
Reggie Miller was the dirty player on.
But
Jalen Rose.
They had Dale Davis, and Antonio Davis.
Dale Davis, Anthony Davis, McKee.
Yeah.
All these dudes fought for these dudes. Okay, so
Mavericks 2011.
bring
had
it in
Deshaun
2011. So prior to 2011, 2010, 2007, 2008, you get bounced by a Warriors team who had goons.
Full of goons.
Okay, so Baron Davis was a goon, but he was giving you buckets.
Stack 5.
JR was a goon, but he was giving you dunks, 360s, and buckets. Okay, so every team, Matt Barnes, okay,
That's
come on.
the biggest goon.
Oh my gosh, Kobe had goons. Derek Fisher was a goon, bro. I'm sorry.
Rick Fox was a goon.
Rick Fox was a book.
Him and Doug Christie
was
used to
a
go at it.
Go over to Sacramento.
I never understood how Doug Christie was such like.
He was a goon.
You remember that one
You
time?
see him in an interview, he'd be like, "Yeah, and I just came from church." And
Yeah, okay, my ass.
When the game,
His wife was a goon. Are we serious?
Yeah. Hey, you remember that fight when they got ejected? And
Jackie was right there,
and
bro.
Rick Fox came around the whole other end to throw hands with Doug Christie.
And Jackie was right there throwing a purse.
Yep.
A Louis Vuitton.
Shaq was in the middle trying to break it up. They were tearing Shaq up.
And so my whole thing is like every single fucking team in the NBA has a goon. Even your 2011 world champion Dallas Mavericks was a team that had goons.
they have 2 or 3. They
They had
right?
4. Okay.
Deshaun
Oh,
Stevenson.
they had 4.
You
all
had
right?
Matrix. You had Trick.
So 5.
Yeah.
5 now.
And,
so Matrix.
Hayward was Hayward on.
Yep. Brandon Hayward.
Yeah, but he
He was the foul guy.
He was a foul guy.
He was soft.
When I say goon, you also need the physical presence. It's not just a dude that's gonna get in your face. It's a dude that's gonna come out and foul you and execute.
Okay,
a hard
so
foul.
in hockey, a goon is the guy that just loves to skate and headhunt, right?
Yeah.
But in basketball, a goon must be able to shoot and at least play. So he must be a 3-and-D guy, right? So 2011 Mavericks had Deshaun Stevenson, right?
He was throwing up blood sign when he hit a 3.
They had Marion, who was also a goon because he didn't take no bullshit, right? They had Tyson Chandler.
There we go.
Who body checked his best friend into the fucking scores table. Chris Paul. You like that, Chris Paul? You like he body checked him.
Oh, never mind. We'll get on that.
Okay. They also had Jason Kidd, who was pretty much the biggest bulldog thus far. I'll tell you a quick story. Jason Kidd in the locker room was nothing nice to deal with. Mavericks fans don't understand that part because Jason Kidd looked, oh, he's light skinned, he's this, he's that. No, Jason Kidd was relentless.
His face had a totally different story.
He also
he beat up on his girl.
Hey man, why you bringing that up? What you doing?
Watch out because he may be outside.
Yeah, watch out.
Right?
We got to go to the arena with that guy, man.
But like Jason Kidd was that dude who challenged Rick Carlisle to a fight, bro. I know this because I have inside sources.
Yes, he does.
Shout out to Quentin Ross.
Wait, who's the source?
He's a source. I mean, he played for the Mavericks for a half a year, and it was amazing. But like these dudes, he told me one time, Jason Kidd, after a Mavericks loss, went up to each and every single Mavericks player and called him a cocksucker. He went up to Dirk.
You said I'm sorry to then go back and say
no for the language,
Oh,
but called everybody a cocksucker on the court and said, "Dare me, I dare you, dare me."
Isn't he from Oakland?
Did he fight Charles Oakley?
No, isn't he from Oakland?
Oh, California.
Which is where he's at now with the Lakers.
California, right? So, like, every single team needs this particular person. Brian Cardinal, everybody white goes, hey, the janitor, bro, the janitor. Nah, man, he didn't play enough to be a fucking goon. Maybe for the Spurs, but like that. Excuse me, that was Bonner.
Yeah.
But like, Cardinal wasn't really that dude.
All
Like,
look alike to you, huh?
it was Tyson Chandler. It was Deshaun Stevenson. It was Jason Kidd. It was the Matrix. Sure, have your little cardinal or whatever. Have your little janitor to say he did this and did that. Yeah. But that team was tough. That team was tough as nails, bro. And I guarantee you, the 07 Golden State team versus the 2011 Mavericks team, no, man, you need that player. So the Mavericks right now, this team doesn't have that player. And Tim Hardaway Jr. can't do it. I'm sorry.
And
JJ Barea, the closest dude you got to that.
remember Deshaun Stevenson? He was the self-proclaimed LeBron stopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Charlie Reds, aka
Jack Terry was a
No.
goon. He was
The
somewhat
guy-
a goon in that series.
Yeah, a little bit. The guy under the bridge right now who's homeless.
Delonte West.
Delonte West was kind of a goon, bro.
Wow.
Just ask Gordon Hayward about that shit. So like, I mean,
Oh no, he just dug something out his ear. That's all. Remember, he dug his ear.
but he did that shit. And he crazy.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is show crazy.
I don't know why I wanted to go R.I.P. and he ain't even dead.
Yeah.
I mean, to be a
His career's dead.
well,
I mean, I don't get the big deal about that. Gordon Hayward just had something in his ear. He's just digging it out for him.
what I'm saying is, y'all at home watching this part, first of all we appreciate it, but it's like at the same time, the Mavericks team does not have that dude to stand up for the superstar. Luka needs that part.
Is when you have a team full of tryhards, you gotta have some good
Finish that shit. Because, all right, try hard players. They all under contract. Even watching fucking Justin Anderson
Yeah.
and then Morris bang that ball over his head when he's playing for the Sixers.
Then,
I
And
saw that
look-
clip the other day.
oh, he was a Knicks then. Wait, Anderson with the
Anderson
Sixers.
was with the Sixers. I'm watching this. Anderson looks at the ref, and then he bangs the ball over his head. Bruh, an uppercut follows that. I don't care. Fine me $25,000. We just saw the other day that Marcus Morris got fined 35 large for stepping on Luka, and then the little slap
Luka
punch
got
to his
fined
face.
too.
The little slap punch face, right? So cool. $35,000. My reputation is bigger than that. So Morris is walking around here like, I guarantee you 30 NBA teams will have me because I'm a fucking dog on the court.
Yeah.
Like, Cat has a pit bull sitting over there right now.
This
Pit bull gets respect because it's a fucking pit bull. And that's it. All I need to know is there's a pit bull sitting over there right now. That's it, bro. The Morris twins are pit bulls.
Yeah.
Right now in the NBA, they're the only pit bulls who we respect.
Raja Bell, Jalen Rose, West going to all try to, when Kobe used to take jump shots, used to all stick their foot out. When Kobe come down, he get on their
David West was a
West was a pit bull.
Yep.
Bowen was a pit bull.
Rasheed back in the
Rasheed Wallace was a pit bull.
Yes.
that team though.
Ron
Wallace was a
Artest,
pit bull.
That's
Meta
the
World
whole
Peace.
Artest is a pit bull.
Yes.
So here's the thing, though.
Russell Westbrook for the Thunder was a pit bull.
No, he's fake. Russell Westbrook is fake.
The thing
Everyone
was
I saw him throwing
defensively.
punches. Him and stupid ass James Harden throwing punches in the gym, hitting the punching bag. I'm like, nah, hell no.
I think for you to be a
I
pit,
know what you're talking about
Challenge his
when
ass
Ron Artest bowled James Harden and
Clear
Westbrook
out.
ran up on him like that, and Ron Artest like, what? Westbrook was like,
Westbrook is a fraud.
I think you gotta be.
Letting y'all
You
know.
gotta also have it on the defensive end if you're gonna be a pit bull. Like,
Draymond Green is a pit bull.
yes, Draymond is.
And here's why.
Even to his own teammates.
He will get in your face, and he doesn't play that bullshit.
And he'll call you a bitch on the phone.
There's a whole bunch of that. He ran Durant out of there. He ran one of the game's greatest players out of his own team after he got 4 rings. Like, type shit.
And said,
I need one of them,
said,
bro.
that's why I'm out of here.
I need one of them. The Mavericks, please get one of those kind of players.
So Tobias is said that when it comes to Morris, bring him in. He wants him on the Mavericks right now.
either one of
Mavericks
them.
right now.
Either one of them.
Listen, call one of the Morris brothers. Call Matt Barnes. You can call any one of those dogs.
He's on TV now.
You can call Tyson Chandler because he'll run off the bench.
Well, he's with the
do all that.
Rockets now.
Call all of them. Like Russell Westbrook, nah, he's a fraud. He's a fraud. He will fake that. He's a fraud. But call any one of those dudes. Who else am I missing?
Chris Paul.
Fraud.
Oh, he doesn't
He's
like
a
Chris
fraud?
Paul. He's a fraud.
He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
He doesn't like him at all. He's not.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna get him to say
He's no
anything.
credit? Okay.
You're not gonna get him to say anything nice about
Chris
Chris
Paul
Paul.
can't even whoop Carlton in the fucking commercials.
See,
Like
See
he's
what
in
I'm
his house and
See
everything.
what I'm saying?
He can't even
See
beat
what I'm
up.
saying?
He can't even beat up Carlton.
and that's for promotion.
He
It's
good.
not just on a fight. It's also about an intimidation factor. It's not just about fighting.
James Ennis in Orlando, he's kind of there.
Okay,
Trying to think of somebody else.
I don't want to do this, but sometimes also sticking up for yourself. We're gonna say God bless the dead in Kobe Bryant.
Mhm.
Kobe Bryant early in his career, he took a whole bunch of L's. Who got it?
Reggie Miller.
Reggie got him.
That was in the finals.
Chris Childs.
Childs got him.
After the league, after
Ward
that.
got him. Did Ward get him?
Who?
Did Charlie Ward get him at all? A couple
Nah,
of Knicks. A couple of Knicks players got him.
Chris Childs.
Okay.
That's one of them.
so.
Him and Roger Bell used to give
Roger
each other-
Bell
yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
And
Roger Bell was kind of a
that
dog,
was
too.
one.
Well, Roger Bell used to give Kobe fits though.
That was one. But I'm saying Kobe would take it, but he wouldn't back down. And I like the fact that Luka didn't back down.
Well, I got to tell Luke this. He better stop getting on camera snitching.
Porzingis came in and tried to.
Okay, so
he stood up for
Porzingis.
his dude. I
so-
think Porzingis is the closest thing to
My thing is
a
with
bit
this.
of a.
He was upset that people were trying to tell Porzingis to stop. Like he should. I was like, nah, Porzingis did the right
Nah,
thing.
Porzingis did what he
You
should have done.
you bump somebody coming here and push one of y'all down. We going to war.
All right, so okay, cool.
I gained a lot of respect for Porzingis and the fact that he was
because he
still-
got in Marcus Morris' face.
Not just like go stand up for your player. It's not just getting in his face. Like
All
the
right.
fact that you willing to go in there and stand up for your
So-
player when everybody else is kind of walking the other way. At least he was like, "Oh."
Did y'all not see that Morris grabbed him by his neck real quick?
Yeah, he put him. He jammed him in his. That's what should have been ejected. That's what he should have been ejected.
No, first of all, he shouldn't have been ejected for that.
None of them should have been ejected. But I'm saying, if we ejected people, that's an offense to get you
No.
ejected.
No.
He hit him in his throat.
Only thing he did was to go like this and
Yeah,
keep his hand
you can't,
out. No.
Uh-uh.
No, y'all.
I think they
What
making
are we
the-
doing?
They're making the game too soft.
Like,
You know.
thank you. What are we doing? In the 80s? Bruh, in the 80s.
I just seen.
Kristaps shouldn't have been.
I just seen
shouldn't have
Schroeder
been
get
ejected from the game.
suspended for running through a screen and hitting PJ Tucker in the nuts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bruh. So back in the 80s, like, all right, it's fine. I get it. They're trying to take away, the physical contact and just limit it to basketball.
They already shooting 30, 35 threes a game. What else they need?
Well, because it's a small gym and threes are threes, whatever. But like, here's the thing though with that part, like, there's no player on another team that's going to intimidate me. PJ Tucker, notice nobody fucks with James Harden because for one, James Harden has a dog in him too.
Yeah.
But PJ Tucker is a monster within himself.
But his reputation precedes, kind of like David West. Reputation
But
precedes.
he doesn't come off as that dirty guy. Everybody
He
likes
did at one point though.
Everybody likes PJ because he can shoot threes in the corner and his shoe
He
game.
do his job.
Right, his shoe game is amazing. So everybody likes PJ, but people know not to fuck with PJ because for one, he's physical as hell, right? He does the dirty work, and then two, he backs off. All right, cool. They got it. I'm strong as an ox. They felt me on the rebound. They felt me. All that other shit. So like these dudes understand who is the alpha and who's the punk, right? And so they will keep testing you until you either one, stand up for yourself, or two, be that team that goes stockpile, like the Clippers, go stockpile a team full of knuckleheads that'll fuck your world up
Trez.
on a shot.
Look, we got Trez.
You got
we got
Trez,
Bev.
all of them.
They got all the goons on their team.
Hey,
all of
you
them.
can't go run into Kawhi
Paul,
because he's just gonna look at you like.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, like he's top 2 in the game right now, and Kawhi will fuck your world up too.
Zubac wasn't cool. He looked
Zub
like,
ain't no punk either.
He got that baby face, but he'll get after you.
Yeah. So like Mavericks, dear Dallas Mavericks and dear Dallas Maverick fans, if you want your team to get better, you must grow some balls, bro. Be just like your 2011 team, because I guarantee you have the talent. Luka is your Dirk, okay? Kristaps is your Jason Kidd, your Tyson Chandler, and your Jason Terry together. So hey,
That is a bad boy.
that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So go get the small
But per
parts.
Maverick fans, we don't play basketball that way. We win.
Fuck that gay shit. I'm sorry. Sorry to the
Oh,
what is
Jesus.
it?
Shout out to the LGBT community. We want to let them know we support those who choose to live an alternative lifestyle.
All that
And
stuff.
want to give a big shout out to the L's in the LGBT
The
community.
incidental views expressed by Yada yada does not
reflect
represent
any
reflect.
me, Cat, or Q here
Or
in
the
this
Dallas
studio.
on it.
And Tova. She does not.
Yeah. So, like, when I say soft or gay or whatever, like, it's
You
not.
didn't have to double down.
It's not at y'all. I'm just saying, it's not at y'all. It's more towards the play.
Yeah.
The play. This is the bravado, machado,
Machismo?
that word right there. Thank you.
Oh, don't
So-
worry. I used the word chow earlier and spelled it incorrectly.
It's more about the
dear
machismo
Lord.
of these dudes and the intimidation factor is what I'm basically saying. The Mavericks are soft. They were soft in 2007. They were soft then. Cuban saw it. Cuban said, you know what? Finna get tough. I'm finna bitter on my guy. Watch this. Hold my beer, babe.
But part of the problem that I think the Mavericks have is, granted, the game is moving away from the post player,
Yep.
but you need that inside presence that's actually going to block some. It's going to intimidate people driving to the basket.
I think
And
Collie
Porzingis
Stein
kinda
was
gives
there,
you
things
that-
would have went a little different.
Probably so it gives you that a little bit, but Maxey shouldn't be playing the
Too
five.
pretty. He looks too good.
He still likes to be a model.
He's a pretty
Wear
boy,
those
yeah.
European
He
boots.
got the little haircut, the little
And the-
soccer
yeah.
player haircut and
The
shit.
little- yeah.
Yeah.
So he don't look like he should be in the post. At best, you can kind of call him a stretch 4. Probably should be playing the small forward, but I bet his handles ain't that good. So let's call him a stretch 4. You don't really have an inside presence like that you have, like say the Lakers or even the Clippers. The Lakers got JaVale McGee when they tried to run him out there.
Braun got a cheap shot artist in Dwight Howard. He's
He's not cheap already.
When they tied
he does do dirty plays.
When they tied to him, you got to deal with the White coming out there still brolic, and then
Ask Melo about that.
then AD is what
Yeah, we had it. Melo
6,
All world.
10, 6'11".
All world. No punk.
You know they call Porzingis a unicorn. I don't know what you call AD. AD must be
Well, he AD. He
it's a
AD.
whole different. breed.
But we got a question needs to be answered here about Porzingis. We found out he had a meniscus tear.
in the other knee,
Yeah, in the other knee.
which is normal, which is typical.
Okay, so is that concern? Now the MFFL, some of the MFFLs are turning on him and saying we need to go ahead and get rid of him, trade him.
See, I mean, not just because I have a knee injury or ACL and meniscus, like this whole just as soon as you find out, like I said earlier, someone's making more money, you turn on them. Oh, they're hurt. Like, what is the injury? Is it something they can recover?
Well,
from?
everybody was calling him soft, and
Because they didn't know.
They didn't know.
That's what fans do. Like,
Right.
Man, you couldn't do half of what these guys do, but they're soft. Oh, they're not trying hard enough. Some of them dudes sitting on the bench on another team, hell, they could probably go out there and drop 22 a game. You know what I mean? But they have to play a certain role to get that paycheck. But Porzingis is not soft. He's a special player. He injured one knee. You put strain on the other knee. It's just a meniscus tear. He didn't tear his ACL. If they clean it up and he's good to go, he's good. Westbrook had a meniscus injury. He came back. He was fine. The perfect example to me, in my opinion, would be Derrick Rose. It was an ACL tear
He got ACL.
in one, and then when he came back, he messed up the meniscus in the other knee. Look at him now. He's recovered. He's fine. He's bounced around a little bit, but he's a good player. He's almost back to what he was before. Who's to say you don't have that? You're going to give up on a 7'3" unicorn like this early?
Well, yeah, the Mavericks apparently are going to get Giannis.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
They're not.
I know.
But real quick though, so I've too had a meniscus and an ACL. All right, so with the meniscus, it's shaped like this.
Yeah,
It goes around the knee,
two semi
front
half moons.
front and back. So if you're watching at home, front and back, it's a tear right here, and a tear right here in the back. Okay, and
Which,
it
yeah,
doesn't require. Okay, so with surgery, it's fine. He may get surgery. I haven't heard yet, but with the meniscus, it's not like the ACL. You really don't have to have that kind of rehab type situation.
Yeah, they just go take it out in a week, 2.
I still have my speed.
Yeah, but
I recovered. I had it in 2019. I still have my speed. Blazing, fast, whatever. I can cut, do all that stuff. I choose not to because I'm 40 next month. But like with him, he's 7 feet, which scares me.
Yeah, the patent goes
Right.
depending on how much of it they have.
You
to
know what
take
I tell
away.
you?
So if it's the bucket handle tear towards the outside, that's dangerous because you could re-injure it. You could cause an ACL tear, or you can cause further damage
On the
to
other
the
side, on the
meniscus
other side.
on the other side of the meniscus because now the weight transfer in the patent it kind of shifts. I'm no doctor, so if I'm wrong a little bit, don't kill me.
Do you think he needs to change his game?
No. To what?
No,
To go to the post?
Maybe stop dunking.
He doesn't do that much.
Allow him to be
Anyways.
him. Well, for one, he's not going to change his game because
And we don't know how he got hurt. He could have got kicked in the knee. He could have. Like you don't know how
Maybe
he got
that's
hurt.
maybe what's the name pushing him? Scuffle.
Like injuries can happen like really easy. What the best case scenario would be is that the tear is towards the inner portion of the meniscus. They can go and cut it away, or they can suture it up, and he's good to go. So if it's like torn on the flap as opposed to an end of the meniscus being frayed away, if the end of it's frayed away, they cut it away. Man, he might be A-okay. He'll be back to normal like nothing happened. Like we don't know. Like everyone's like, "Oh, get rid of him." What if you get rid of him and next thing you know, he's scoring 32?
Well, we
and-
got to make room for the Greek Freak because that's who's going to come to Dallas.
Okay.
according to-
that's a bunch of bullshit.
Now, me
'Cause-
personally, I have put out on Twitter and Facebook that the Mavericks need to
So
surround
wait.
Luka with shooters.
So wait, you're gonna have a ball dominant player in Luka, a high volume player, a volume usage player in Luka, and you're gonna go bring another.
I'm
High
told I'm
usage guy
crazy. I'm told I'm crazy for
here.
thinking that if
You're
Greek
gonna bring
Freak
the
comes here,
other
he's gonna
high
play
usage
second
guy,
fiddle to
right?
Luka.
And the other high usage guy is really supposed to be your number one.
Right.
But if he comes to this team, he's not gonna be your number one.
Right.
He's gonna be your number two.
Right.
And then how quickly you gonna turn on the number two guy? Because you can't turn on the number one guy. You gonna blame the number two guy?
I'm
'cause
crazy.
You were brought here to get us over the hump, and we not over the hump. So whose fault is it gonna be? Number two, and number two gonna have to go.
I'm crazy because I said that he's gonna play second fiddle to Luka if he come here. Oh no, he's gonna be the main guy here. So you're gonna tell your guy that you drafted that you're no longer the number one guy?
Yeah,
And he's gonna stay here?
your point guard essentially.
Yeah. We're not gonna run the ball through you anymore. We're gonna run the ball through him. And that's supposed to work. That's what Maverick fan. I'm crazy for thinking that Giannis is gonna run the show here. And I said, well, why would you put him around Luka? He can't even shoot.
Yeah,
Luka needs somebody who can shoot with the way he passed the ball and the way he
which
played.
was working in because the players were hitting. Seth and all those guys were hitting.
I would like
The Mavericks, honestly, in my opinion, the Mavericks just really need a defensive presence in the middle, as far as a big, and a couple of players on the wing who are either good 3-and-D guys or just a shooter like a Kyle Korver, a dead-eye guy that you
Joe
bring
Harris. I like
a dead-eye
Joe
guy that you bringing off the bench that says, "Hey, we down." Go
He
ahead.
wants JJ Redick. I wanted JJ Redick too.
What is that? He's not playing defense. What is he? A shooter, right? It's just a catch shoot. He ain't
He can
playing.
get a little goonish too, though.
But who's he gonna play defense on?
Well, okay, so
He's out there to score, right? He's out there to give you buckets. He's a buckets guy.
Speaking of buckets, I have been looking and searching through Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And the black JJ Redick, I would call him one Buddy Hield.
Okay.
okay.
All right.
He's younger than JJ Redick,
And he's a shooter.
almost as pure, but like with Redick, he brings the
What the experience you
the
want to
experience because he's been in the playoffs for
Until this year.
his whole career. Plus, he went to Duke, so
Remember
I
he
mean,
told.
He's
remember,
smart, and then you got to go.
there's a
Duke.
lot of basketball there.
Remember
Up
he
here.
told Zion, "Don't screw this up." He's got a playoff streak before he came.
Right.
Before the, so far,
Buddy Hield will get you buckets. He will get you more buckets than what. I'm sorry to say this, than what Steph will give you, and then what Timothy Hardaway Jr. will give you.
Tim is cool. Tim just thinks that he's the number one player.
He'll shoot you out of game.
Buddy Hield will play his role.
Tim he's not quite J.R. Spliff, but
He'll shoot you out of game.
he will shoot.
And with Buddy Hield, he played in Sacramento, so he's used to playing on the court. He's used to playing on the court. Rick will play him because he's battle tested. His body's thick enough to go 80 games, 76 games, and be able to withstand 30 minutes on the court.
He's a bigger combo. We
body's
can't really call him a combo guard, but
Well, he can play point, but that's not really his game.
That's
His
right,
game
can't really
is
come
basically to
catch
be
and shoot.
to be
Get buckets.
a poor man's Devin Booker.
Okay.
Like that's exactly what he is.
Buckets.
And he's budding. He's oncoming. Buddy Hield's game is so underrated because he plays in Sacramento. And it Cuban, Mr. Cuse, Mark, MC, whatever. Please go get him or JJ Redick because you need that outside of perimeter guard who can shoot and give you points and also can relieve Luka and can relieve Porzingis, but not be inconsistent and soft like Tim Hardaway Jr. and Seth Curry.
Would you say it's almost akin to like a Dan Marley back in the day? Those type of
Even
players?
tougher. Like
a Dennis,
like Rex Chapman.
Mark Price.
Okay. Like Mark Price was amazing.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah.
But a guy who can light it up from the outside.
That's what's up. Mark Price can light it
No,
up.
he'd be like more like Elo.
Okay.
Like that. Because Elo was second fiddle to Mark Price. But Elo was like Hornacek.
Okay. Hey, Jeff's got tough though.
Yeah, so the Mavericks lose to the Clippers, and
so did the Nuggets, but
I was just ready. You got a Nuggets update over there, but
120-97.
Okay, damn. Okay, well, this is starting to become blowout. But nothing.
Oh man, they didn't let Kawhi get to 30.
Oh man,
of course, he's been getting 30 since the damn bubble was open.
He got 29 though.
But nothing compares to a team that's been letting us down here. I mean, we were riding a high for a minute. We had the Mavericks, the Rangers, and the Stars have lost. The Mavericks are out of the playoffs. The Stars are going to Game 7, and the Rangers have just. I don't know, but we gotta take a break.
They did what?
Nothing.
They've been doing nothing. They literally did something for one series.
We got our baseball guy right here.
Can we go hockey instead?
You want to go hockey instead?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk Stars. Let's talk about them being in the playoffs, how close they are to going to the Stanley Cup. Let's just do that. Let's talk Stars right here next on DallasOnAir.com.
This will be a good early on matchup to see if they're going to try and stay with this. But right away, Jared Bednar says, nope, you have Trump, you might as well lead him.
Landeskog took the face off. McKinnon out there with Mikko Rantanen.
Excellent shift by the Stars, and that's exactly the type of game they want to play against the Colorado Avalanche. A ground and pound cycle game in the offensive zone. Force them to defend.
You know, playing Calgary might be good preparation for that kind of thing. There's a goal. Tyler Seguin with his first of the playoffs. And Dallas has the icebreaker 4 minutes in.
Speed, make them defend on a regular basis. Aggressive forecheck by Ben. It bobbles just a little bit, but what a pass. Right here again, he gets the puck back from Radulov, and he finds Sagan in the slot, who buries it on the short side. It gets touched just a little bit en route by Johnson, but he's able to find that puck, beat him on the glove hand side. Quick release by Sagan, his first goal.
Mikko Rantanen, he missed over 40 games this year with injury, but healthy at the right time now. Here's Landeskog. And McKinnon going to work. Here's McKinnon on the gallop. Scores! Nate McKinnon! Game tie!
A skating team that can possess the puck in the offensive zone, you have to find a way to keep them there. But it's Nathan McKinnon. Watch him pick up this puck, 2-3 strides. He separates to the middle, opens up, and that screen in front from Rantanen. That is a perfectly placed shot past the big man.
There's an early problem here for Colorado. That shot by Heiskanen. Well off target. Alexiak moves up. Blake Como fires, scores! Puck got tipped en route. And while Johnson heads off, Dallas has reclaimed the lead. Avalanche trying to up the tempo here in the late stages of this first period. Flipped away and down the ice, and Ben striding after that in front. Radulov scores! Alexander Radulov on a pretty pass from Jamie Benn.
Fight for this puck, and he just threads it right through to Radulov, who makes an excellent backhand move. But look at that bouncing puck. Ben finds it, puts it right on the tape.
Now McKinnon's got it. Quick turn against Lindell. Feeds it back. McCarr fired and hit the goal post. Big blast from McCarr. Up high is McKinnon again. Sends it to the net. Backhand Landeskog. Trying to jam it. Scores. Gabe Landeskog's on the board. And it's a 1-goal game.
Sets it all in motion. He rings the bar with a blast from the blue line after he gets this puck and throws it through. The second one, though, just a little wrister into the traffic, and it's Landeskog that's able to fish that puck out. He looks to try and jam it on the short side, has to come out and around and banks it in off the skate of Hudobin. Just a nice play by Landeskog in tight, scoring his first goal of the playoffs. 9 assists for him, but that's his first goal, and it's a big one.
Ziak tried the wrap, and here's Kadri working it back to the Dallas line. Sagan to the attack, 2-on-1 here. Sagan, stop, rebound, scores! Radulov's got another, and it's 4-2 Dallas.
Got glove hand side by Sagan, who can really rip it. That rebound pops out, though. And for Radulov,
Kadri trying to hound him, and McKinnon arrives as well. It's knocked loose, and back to the point for Girard. His shot scores! Sammy Girard with McKinnon going to the net, and it's a 1-goal game.
Bobbles through Hudobin, and for Girard, make sure that shot gets there.
Jost is in. Around it comes to Copper on the near side. He'll cycle it back for the Hudobin off Jost. Out of the near side, for Kobo, who has scored in this game.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it right there. That is it. Funny thing just happened in the studio. The guy with the mask on, Q, just asked, can he be heard on the deal at the end of the night? And I just thought that was very funny. Like, at the end of the night, you just want to know, could you be
Yeah, I was
heard?
like, yeah, it's the end of the night
And
and all,
I
but,
think Kat had the best response. Well, you sound like you have a mask on.
which is good.
That was the best part.
Had she been like, you sound like you're in a well, oh man. that
Oh,
was-
but then, yeah, well, would you have taken it off then or something?
It's the end of the show.
That would. I thought you were just gonna say, "Oh, well, you know what the hell? I might as well take it off at this point." No, Vosh has recommended that we talk about stars, and listen, you got to get people excited because this is what we do get criticized for a lot. They say, "Oh, you guys talk about everything, but you don't talk about stars. You never talk about stars." So tonight, we're gonna talk about. This is the second time we talked about stars, and we had a highlight for the stars here on the show, and it's getting chippy. We are now in game. We're going to head to game 7. And you just put out there that it hasn't even been scheduled yet. What's that about?
So if you go to ESPN or if you go to NHL.com right this very second, and if you look on Friday, September 4th, happy birthday, Beyonce. Tomorrow.
I didn't know you were Bayhawk.
The Stars don't play. Right? There's no time for the game. We all know that they didn't play tonight, but right now ESPN.
They didn't play last night either.
Good point. That's a good point, Q, by you. That they didn't. They just skated around like somebody in Atlanta on a Sunday couple skate.
I watched them on Sunday, I believe that was, when they scored. I changed the channel and they scored two goals back to back. And right after I changed the channel. So
We're still waiting on a time to be announced for the Stars and the Avalanche game 7. But what we saw, as Q alluded to last night, Stars just got worked by the Colorado Avalanche, and it was kind of embarrassing because, for one thing, and I'll pose this question to you. Well, it's not even a question, but it's more of a statement. They shouldn't have belonged. They shouldn't have been playing in that game. Wow. And then the other thing is, what the hell is coaching even thinking about when you throw Ben Bishop back into the pipes?
Isn't he fighting over an injury? Isn't he injured?
Okay, so lower body. Okay, so with injuries in hockey, they go upper body, pretty much above the waist, and then lower body below the waist. There's no ACLs, no ankles, no toes, no feet, no Jones fracture, none of that bullshit.
You get a tooth knocked out. Is that just
upper body?
Is it no head
Concussion,
injury?
upper body.
Okay.
Clavicle, upper body. Shot in the heart, upper body. Heartbreak, upper body. I don't care what it is. And so with Ben Bishop, they actually gave out a press release and said, quote unquote, he's unfit to play in Game 5. It was a back-to-back. The Stars had just pretty much, I think they lost. Actually, no, they won. They won Game 4. I stayed up for it. They won Game 4, and so all you have to do is just put Q-Dobin back between the pipes. But you said, hey, let's all take our feet off the gas and throw Ben Bishop in between the pipes, even though he's not willing to play. It's pretty disturbing because even watching the game and watching the Avalanche just skate all over Dallas in Game 5 and go up 5 goals to nothing, and then 5 goals to 1 in the first period. I'm sitting here like, can we please just hit the reset button? Can we please just stop it?
Turn the PlayStation off.
Take this dude out the game. Because I remember back in the first series when, I forget who the team was. The Stars played pre-Avalanche. But the other team just was like, hey, pull him. And then the Stars pretty much capitalized on that part. And then here we are now facing the Avalanche, who, I'll say it again, led the Western Conference in the regular season with 237 goals. So this team are not punks when it comes to putting the biscuit in the basket. And so here the Stars are. Here's Coach Bo out there talking about, well, we'll go ahead and just like give them a game. This ain't baseball, first of all.
Said the Flames who they played.
Calgary. There we go. Okay. So put away Calgary, and then now you're up 3-1 against the Avalanche, who you shouldn't have been up 3-1 against, first of all, right? And then now you're sitting here like, man, now we have a Game 7 tomorrow night, I think. And all of a sudden now Stars fans are like, man, shit, what the hell did we do?
So do we categorize this as that most dreaded word in sports, a chokers? Yeah.
Well, no,
choke
because
job, they shouldn't have been in the first
Utah
place.
Jazz was a choke.
Right, because he just said it. We already like this particular last 3 weeks. We've already seen 3-1 go to 3-3 and then 4-3 with Utah versus Denver in basketball, right? And so I'm not really concerned about the Stars choking, because hell, just last year
Rangers choke.
They didn't choke.
They've been choking all season.
Just last year, we saw the Stars go up 3-2 against the St. Louis Blues, who eventually won a Stanley Cup. But St. Louis,
it's different though. That's kind of the Blues. Are they not? They're not quite blue blood.
No, well, the Blues are better than today's Avalanche, right?
Yeah.
So, pretty much not really saying that that the Avalanche can't do it, that the Avs can't do it, but we're standing in the way of ourselves because we're the Dallas Stars, and if it's not for energy, which last year in Game 7, they got punked in Game 7. St. Louis was pretty much more so on the attack. I saw Game 7 last night from what I seen last year. I saw that. Colorado skating around willy-nilly, setting each other up. Everybody's getting to the crease, getting to your spots. It's almost like Spurs basketball.
Throw that in there.
Bro,
I love it.
Moving the puck around, centering that shit, off the rebound, scoring. I saw the Stars like hustling to get up ice. I seen power plays where the Stars are like, man, whatever, bro. Oh, there's a guy, pretty much wearing green, sitting down, drinking Gatorade. Meanwhile, here comes McKinney and his whole crew. Like shout out to Heiskanen for doing his thing, because he seems like the only guy. Mr. Ben, where are you? Tyler, where are you? Pretty much like it's horrible because tomorrow, I hope we see a more energetic Stars front line.
Who just got paid? Was it Ben or Sagan?
You say paid?
Yeah.
I want to say it was Tyler Sagan, but I'm not actually sure.
How come those
Jamie
athletes
Ben
don't get? How Those athletes don't get the same.
They do.
Okay.
You mean people count their chips?
Yeah.
Like with hockey though, it's more 12-year deal, 14-year deal for $72 million.
You mean like Mahomes 10-year deal?
Stuff like that, like in hockey. But I mean, can we get more energy from pretty much from the front line to the goalie? I would love to see Kudobin in the pipes versus Bishop. I do not want to see Bishop anymore, but I mean, just give me more energy tomorrow night, Stars.
So do the Stars win tomorrow night?
I say they do because of the energy.
And we go to the
Western Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. More than likely, you'll probably face Vegas over Vancouver right now.
Vegas.
Because right now,
Never been, but I love it.
Vegas leads 3-2, so that will be fun. Sorry, Stars fans, if I fucked that whole segment up, but whatever. We'll see you tomorrow night.
I guess I'll just go directly over you, just going to this guy's situation. Could you tell the women and, because of me too, fellas, where they can find you?
At Tovash10 on Twitter.
Ray follow.
I will bring the energy tomorrow watching the Stars game. Hit me up if you want to find if you want to find me.
That's where he's asking where are the goons at? Where are the goons?
I need some goons in my life too.
Somebody
Somebody protect my body.
Hey, a fishing this weekend? No.
Let's do it. Well, because next week is football, so
gotta get it out the way. Yeah.
Miss Kathy's heading out there too.
Miss Kathy.
Jippe.
Oh, she is.
Cantaloupe.
She's heading.
They heading out to Tawakin. It's either this weekend or the following weekend.
Somebody we Cantaloupe. Somebody we used to know work with go fishing.
And she's going to Tawakin?
Yeah, she's probably not going to be going though.
That's my spot though.
Yeah, she's not going.
I was like,
tell her to hit me up.
Hey,
is she cute?
I put the miss in front of it.
That means old school.
It's an older one.
Is she cute?
Okay, all right.
You need to focus on the fish.
Oh, sorry, sports. Back to you.
Would you like to? You have anything you like to promote or anything real quick?
I mean, if they find me, they find me. If they find you, they can find me. I think that's how that works.
Just go on my. And do you want to take the mask and at least?
I would say don't at me, but it won't matter anyway. Take my mask off.
Do you want to show the people? Do you want to show the ladies that?
Hold my breath. No, I don't. So you ruined it. Ruined it.
Well, I mean, you the sexual healer.
I'm not.
You need to show these women what they're missing out on.
No, I don't.
I mean, I would prefer you to wear a hat.
They're not.
You wore a mask instead. Huh? I prefer you to wear a hat and cover that up.
They're not missing out on anything. I'm a little funny looking. I'm cool with it. Been this way my whole life.
It's supposed to be LQJ, man. Buy a store.
No, that's what you said.
I had somebody get in me talking about it's unattractive the way I label you or whatever. I was like, yeah, I don't think he cares.
Oh, now I read it. I was like, man, I will comment, but that ain't even me.
That ain't even you. Why would you do that? Don't worry about it. I took care of it for you.
Thank you.
I was like, I think it's funny. You think we care.
I was like, and I was looking at it like, you don't even know me personally.
Big shout out to Kat over there on the ones too. Glad to have her back in the studio. She's had a great night tonight. I mean, that show before us, man, y'all missed a really good show with Trey and Say Something. Man, it was live in here. There was wine, there was cheese, there was pepperoni. What? There was all types of stuff was going on here. It was pretty entertaining. So I had to tell them keep it going. I also want to thank our intern over there, Jeremiah. We got an intern now. Tell us maybe my way introduce him.
Doing the big.
Yeah. Huh?
Doing the big.
Yeah. Well, I told you Miss Linda cut the check.
What?
We'll be back here Tuesday. We won't be back here Thursday because NFL season kicks off Thursday, but we will definitely be here Tuesday. So tune in. You can follow the show at It Is Business on Twitter. It Is Business DFW on Facebook, and of course for the gram, because that's what we all do it for best.for.business DFW. We will be back here Tuesday. Like we always say, always do what's best for business. And if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.